This video is brought to you by WebEon, provider of website solution services. So you want to have your own website, but have you ever wondered how websites actually work? There are a lot of websites offered out there, some for a price, some for free, but what is the difference? This video will help you know more about the different aspects of a website and the most essential things you need to know to make the right decision. The very first thing you need is to have your own website domain. Think of it as your own home address. For people to be able to get to your website, all they need to do is type in that address in the web browser. Now that you have an address, the next thing you would need is a lot where you can put your house in. You need somewhere you can save all of your website files. Your website is composed of text, pictures, the design, and a lot of other stuff, and in order for those elements to show on the internet, you have to have a place to store it in. That's the web host. Think of it like your own computer, where you are able to save all your documents and files. It's basically the same, only it's online and therefore can be seen by everyone else who has internet. Now all you need to do is point your domain name to your web host. In that way, if someone looks for your site and types your domain name in any web browser, they are then directed to the files in your web host, which is then displayed in their web browser. So now you have the basic requirements to start. Now the next step is building your actual house. That's where web designers and web developers come into the picture. The web designers are the creative bunch of people who make your website look visually appealing to visitors. Think of them as the architects who design your house. Using their graphic design skills, they are able to make logos, banners. They also know all the right color combinations and think of the best layout. Another important aspect would be the pictures. There are certainly a lot of pictures in the internet, but a word of caution, you can't just grab an image from the internet as they are usually copyrighted. This gives you the following options. Either you find or buy royalty-free photos from the internet, hire a photographer, or take your own photos. It's easy enough to take your own snapshots, but comparing it with professionally taken shots, you will really see the difference in the website's overall look and feel. What about the web developers? You can think of them as the engineers and workers who build the actual house based on the design made by the web designers. They are responsible for all of the code that is needed to support the design. Now you'll hear that there are usually two types of websites, the static and dynamic websites. Static websites are mostly composed of basic text and graphics, which require limited or no interaction from the user and usually serve informational purposes. Dynamic websites, by the name itself, are more capable of processing more complex information and are more interactive by nature. The most common examples of these would be blogs, online shops, and of course, social media networks. The web developer is responsible for ensuring all the more technical aspects of the website needed in the back end work efficiently. After explaining both roles, it goes without saying that both need to work well. It's no use having a visually appealing website design without having a well-written code, and vice versa. These features are just some examples of what you can do, especially in dynamic websites. Now that you have your website, the next important thing is to let everyone know about your website by giving them your address. But this can be quite tedious and may take longer for a wider audience to find you. The easier way would be if your website is included in one of the popular search engines such as Google, Yahoo, Bing, or others. For this reason, a website should be created with search engine friendly designs, and its content should be created using search engine optimization techniques. Not to get into too much of the technical details, just think of these techniques as a way to rank high in search engines' search results. When you type a keyword in Google, for example, baking equipment, several websites appear in the search results. If your website is not optimized for better searchability, chances are your website will rank low and will probably be listed at the bottom of the file, which would probably be on the nth page of the search results. And how many internet users go past page 1 or even page 2 of the search results displayed anyway? Definitely not much. Now you've learned how a website can be created for you. So now, what would be its difference from just creating one from those free websites? With a free website, your website domain name would usually still have the name of the free website provider, versus one which we offer especially for you. Of course, you also get an email based on your personal domain versus a free one, which isn't as impressive, especially if you have a business. Wouldn't it be nicer to hand over a calling card having these indicated? In other words, it adds to your credibility. The other more important thing to note also when getting a website would be its searchability in the World Wide Web. Specifically, how these free-generated websites were built renders it more difficult for search engines to find specific parts of its content. Paid websites, on the other hand, are specifically made using these optimization principles that make it easier for others to find your website. Furthermore, free websites usually have those nasty ads included. In some cases, people who look for your website would go through a ton of ads before they actually find your website. These free websites, therefore, allows little to no flexibility for website owners to modify their page according to their specific requirements or preferences. Of course, these free websites also don't allow for more complicated functionalities such as those found in dynamic websites. Here at WebEon, we understand your needs. For those who have tight budgets, we have ready templates for you to choose from. We do not stop with having someone hard-code the dynamic elements of your website. Where some web development companies focus only on design and code, we at WebEon ensure we additionally keep high level of database management skills within our resource pool to strengthen your website's efficiency and maximize flexibility. We continually maintain a competitive price to fit your budget. We do not stop at offering you the basic website package. We also provide additional services which you may also need. Photography services, content writing services, website maintenance services, graphic design and brochure or catalog printing services, which would all jive with your general website theme. We stay continually abreast of the latest web development techniques as all of our staff gets in-house and external training to keep updated with the latest trends. Visit our services link now and check our services we are excited to offer you.